The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Gaz, an orc barbarian, sworn protector of the Caliban frontier.
I'm Konnor Shenold. I play Konnor with a K, Kobold Sorcerer who's a continuous thorn in the Empire's side.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Zonimus Dinar, a paladin of dusk, using vengeance as a tool to protect the ones I love.
I'm Kiri Hester. I play Poppy Tea Leaf, the halfling desert druid determined to save the wild places from the ambitions of civilization.
I'm Brooke Bullock, and I play Moran Stoneshaper, a young dwarf sorcerer finding his true family as revealed by the secrets of the frontier.
And I'm Ash King, your dungeon master. Join us now for Tales from the Caliban Frontier. Far, far to the west in the Caliban frontier, at the base of the Flame Peak Mountains, a battle rages. The black sand of the obsidian wastes swallows and hides the blood that falls from the weapons of the elemental myrmidons that have been summoned by Cimarron. Forces of gnolls, wood elves, riding atop horses, acting as cavalry, clash. Fire burns and rages, causing some to scream out in panic and fear. And through it all, a figure on a Pegasus, trying to call out commands as he sees them, to call out opportunities for attack. Overhead, skyships rain down spells from arcane cannons, causing more chaos and destruction, and wheeling, circling, roaring, their breath weapons firing on both one another and the ground below in random patterns. Two great dragons of the frontier duel for supremacy. But you all are somewhat cocooned from the chaos, dealing with a battle of your own. In the courtyard of the forgotten palace of Cimarron, you battle the Dread Lord reborn, hoping, desperate, to find a way to defeat him. The battlefield in the courtyard is somewhat scorched already as Cimarron has cast various spells of fire. You find yourselves focused on the task at hand. Gaz and Zonimus, the two of you, stand on either side of the Dread Lord, flanking him in an attempt to keep him busy, while Poppy, invisible as an eagle, flies towards the Mother's Cauldron, the key of water, positioned slightly to the south of the altar Fortunato used for his ritual. Konnor stands to the west of the altar, reaching out for the blazing ruby, the key of fire. To the north of the altar, the iron bell stands, the key of earth, guarded by a fire elemental, but you have that elemental's attention, Konnor, as you reach forth to take one of the keys. To the east of the altar, you see a familiar sight, the golden feather, waiting. We're at the top of the round. Zonimus, you're up.
Well, I'm going to swing at him with my brand spanking new SD-Way D20. 23.
What hits?
9. I'm going to swing again. 19.
A 19 will not hit. You
Okay.
actually clang against the plate armor that he wears.
I'm going to look around him at Gaz. And is Gaz looking like he's having a good time or stressed?
Gaz is having the time of his life.
I think back to the first time I saw Gaz when he was in the middle of nowhere fighting whirlwinds, like it was break time. And I spin on my heels, bonus action Misty Step, and begin. How tall is the pillar?
The pillars themselves are, probably about waist height on a normal human, so 3 and a half.
So I'm positioning myself on the back side of it where I can still see the fight with Gaz and Cimarron.
Okay.
And I start to reach my hands out for the feather. It's my turn.
As you misty step over to the key of air, Cimarron does you see his head turn, acknowledging that, you've done this, and sensing that he's got, 3 enemies behind him who are actively trying to grab these magical items. He lets out a yell, and you sense and see this heat roiling off of him as he uses his heat wave ability. I need everyone who is in contact with a metal object, which includes things like carrying metal weapons or wearing metal armor, take some fire damage from this ability. Be 5 points of fire damage, but everyone has to give me a Constitution saving throw.
So it would just be Moran and Donomus.
Natural 20! Woo! Thank you, Pro Laser Cuts.
So what is the total on those con saves?
14.
30.
30? Okay. So you save Zonomus. You gain 1 level of exhaustion as this arid, just dry heat hits you.
If we didn't have metal on us, do we still take that 5 points?
It's actually 2 separate effects. If you are touching metal, you take the fire damage, but each creature, if you are not resistant or immune to fire, you must make that con saving throw.
Okay,
so
so-
I'm
Oh,
resistant.
So you
so
still have
I'm
to make
good.
the con save.
I'm resistant to fire.
You're resistant to fire. Okay, you're good
Because
then.
of my potion.
Potion!
Yes, the potion.
Yes. Okay, so I am also resistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said con?
Con save.
Okay, so it's gonna be a 19.
Unfortunately, a 19 is not quite good enough.
Yeah.
So
Dang.
DC 21.
Oof.
All right, so 1 level of exhaustion. And that will be Cimarron's legendary action. Gaz.
Gaz gets ready for his claws and attacks. 4 attacks coming. First off, 25 to hit.
Hit.
9 points of slashing damage. Second attack, 27 to hit.
Will hit.
7 points of slashing damage. On that, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I'm using my infectious fury.
Okay. I'm going to legendarily resist that.
Good deal. Third claw attack, 29 to hit.
Will hit.
11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
I need a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Okay. And final claw attack offhand. Oh. A 1 and a 2.
Oh.
And pass turn.
All right. He's kind of looking around and actually kind of realizing what's going on. That, you're basically Gaz trying to act as a distraction. He is going to teleport.
Is it a spell?
Well,
Or an ability?
It's a legendary ability that allows him
Okay.
to teleport.
It's an ability.
Yeah, he magically teleports up to, basically the same as like a teleport spell, but it's a legendary action. So he teleports from in front of you, Gaz, to behind Zonomus. And you see that he's pulling forth this glaive Wiley has been known to use. And it's his turn now. So, on his turn, we're just gonna go at it. So 2 swings with the glaive against you, Zonomus. The first one will be a 24.
Yep.
And then the second one would only be a 14. So 1 hit, 1 miss. Will be 13 points of slashing and 10 points of fire. He just kind of runs his hand along the side of the blade and it starts to burn red hot. And you see a little smirk, and it's oh so familiar. but you're not sure if it's just the natural quirk of Wiley's face, and that's just the way he smiles, or if it's actually him feeling a little bit of glee at this moment. But that will be all for his turn. And the other thing is you also notice this fiery aura about him, so you will take, would be 16 points of fire just from being in his presence. That will be it for Cimarron. Konnor.
So, the ruby in front of me, I remember back to when we were scrying and actually seeing the ritual and going to try and start it off. Hopefully it'll last long enough for us to actually do what we need to. Okay. I reach out, as I say, I seize the fire of his passions, and I grab onto the ruby.
Okay, so you grab onto the ruby, but the problem is that just grabbing onto it, you sense that it's inert, and you think that when they sealed him away, it sealed magic within there, that now you're actually going to have to channel through the item. Give me an Arcana check.
A natural 20.
Okay, so two things. First thing is that you do have to go in the specific order.
Okay.
Air, earth, fire, water, and then blood. And you're going to have to channel magical power through it. And basically it takes a full action to channel, but you are also going to have to attune. So attuning to the item takes one action, and then channeling will take another action. Each of you must pick an item, attune to it, and then channel in the correct order for it to work.
Is that just to get it off of the pillar?
On the same turn that you pick up your item, you can attune to it, but it's two different actions to attune and then to channel.
Do I figure it doesn't matter when we attune to it in order, or just when we start to channel it?
Just when you start to channel and attempt the ritual, do you have to, you can seize them in any order, but you have to perform the ritual in the right order.
Okay, so I am grabbing this and attuning to it.
Okay, you grab hold of this massive ruby. As you attune to it, you do start to feel the innate magic within it start to activate. I mean, it almost feels like you've got a thin ribbon spiraling around your arm as you gain this item. And attuning to it, you feel like you gain the following benefits. You now have dark vision out to 120 feet. You already had resistance to fire damage, but this seems to enhance that natural ability. You are now immune to fire damage. You also now feel like you understand Ignan, and you feel that if you took an action and concentrated, you could instantly transport yourself to the plane of fire.
Okay. So I yell out to the others, the ritual must be completed in the order, and I will use my move action to start making my way over to Gaz, trying to get away from the fire elemental. And do I feel like I need to still hold on to it into my hands to fully channel its power?
Yeah, you feel like you would at least need to have it in one hand
that's fine.
To do the thing. But Cimarron looks at you and sees. And of course he realizes what you have and now probably what one of his problems is. So he is going to take a legendary action and teleport right behind you, Konnor. The glaive raised high, but that will be it for the moment for him.
Okay.
So moving on, that will bring us to the fire elementals. The one up here to the north is going to move over to you, Xonimus, and it will make 2 touch attacks against you. The first one will be an 18.
Just hits.
Okay. And then the second one is a 24.
Oh yeah.
First one, 7 fire damage. The second one, 9 fire damage. and you ignite. So you will take an additional 1d10 worth of fire damage at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Gaz, were you still on fire from the
I was.
combustion?
Yes. Give me some damage.
So you're going to take...
I have fire resistance, so
Yeah.
I'll take that.
So that would be 9 points of fire damage for you, Gaz.
A total reduced to 4.
Total reduced to 4.
Fabulous. Thank you.
The other fire elemental is going to move over to you, Moran, and will do the same thing. A couple of touch attacks. The first one will be a 24.
That's a hit.
The second one would only be an 11.
That's a miss.
9 fire damage, and you also ignite. So you will take a d10 worth of fire damage at the start of your turns. So next up would be the Poppy Eagle.
I become uninvisible. And I make eagle eye contact with Zonimus, so I just see one eye. Do I feel like you could put yourself out because you're on fire?
So if I'm not on fire, that would be time saving and turn saving and action saving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's another question for
Okay.
Ash. Can I scoop the cauldron without attuning to it?
I would say in this case it would be like an action to scoop and
it.
attune.
Okay.
Yeah.
How big is the cauldron? Because I know it's a small cauldron, but how small is small?
Little baby tabletop, grind, make like one serving of tea.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to uneagle, re-poppy. And then I am going to... Would you rather be not on fire or would you rather have HP?
Not on fire.
Okay, then I will geyser you with my water bottle.
Okay. So as an action, you pull out the water skin of endless water, pop it open.
As Zonimus. So, DC 13 strength saving throw.
My other question to you, Poppy, is that when you do this, do you want to stay next to the water pillar or do you want to move? Because you could, if you angled it, get both Zonimus and the fire elemental.
And I do know that the fire elementals do not like water.
They do not like water.
because we fought them that one time.
That's right.
Can I take 15?
Yeah, 15.
And then douse them so that I can hit Zonimus and the guy. How was your strength saving throw?
So it was 21, but with my robe and then my also...
You're fine.
Other
13.
bonus.
It's a low DC.
Okay.
The fire elemental literally takes 30 points worth of cold damage from getting geysered.
Nice.
And we're just going to assume he passed his strength saving throw because I'm strong. And it's low DC.
Well, I mean,
You never know.
There's a one on every die.
no, literally a 10.
He take bludgeon damage.
So how far does he get pushed?
Well, he takes 3 bludgeoning damage if he can take bludgeoning damage. And then 15 feet away from me.
He's resistant, so he'll take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And he goes basically as
To the
far
wall.
back here to the wall and like smacks into the wall. Moran, you're up.
So
And you will take... So you'll take 5 points of fire.
okay. Yeah. Moran is for the moment going to ignore the fire elemental that is right beside him, and he is going to bonus action share his stone aegis with Gaz.
Oh, okay.
Boom. It won't do much except for give you an additional
5 points off of slashing.
bludgeoning and
Piercing.
And I
things
think
are already-
piercing as well. Then he's going to cast haste and twin it on Zonimus and Gaz. So +2 to your AC, and you get advantage on dexterity saves, and then of course the additional action that has to be a weapon attack, a dash, a disengage, hide, or use an object.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross. So great to have a moment to talk with you during this mid-show break. First off, I want to invite you all to join us as Patreon members. The money we raise helps us pay for things like the music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. When you become a Patreon member, you get our episodes 4 days early, bonus content, access to our Discord server, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll be joining other fans like Scott Wise, Don Mills, Heath Mormon, and the Lady Kate. So join us right now at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. Since 2020, the Red Dirt D&D podcast has been close to another Oklahoma actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast, D20 to Curtain. And me personally, I've had a chance to work on stage with some of the actors on the show. So when you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hello, fellow D&Ders. My name is Jerome.
I'm Jennifer. I'm Jody.
And together with our friends Kara, Timothy, and Jared, we are the cast of the D20 to Curtain podcast, where Oklahoma theater geeks and their friends hit record and explore our new addiction to Dungeons & Dragons.
We think D&D is more than just a game. It helps us tap into the enduring power of storytelling.
We combine live gameplay with behind-the-curtain episodes to share our experiences, insights, habits, discoveries, and passion for D&D with anyone who will listen.
We hope D20 to Curtain will make you laugh, cry, maybe even make your experience at your table even more satisfying. Check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts or visit us at d20tocurtain.com or at D20 to Curtain on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We look forward to having you. All we ask is that you have fun, be kind, and play the role.
If you're looking for more content, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday at 7 p.m. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. In the meantime, make sure and subscribe to this podcast and leave a comment on your favorite podcatcher so others can find us. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
As you struggle to destroy Cimarron, to claim the keys in order to return him to whence he came, the battle out on the plains continues to rage. Thundercrack and nightmares still wheeling overhead. The gunships appear to be one of the most prominent issues. Eopix gritting his teeth and staring up at them with a particular fond hatred as another spell rains down. However, the sound of an elephantine trumpet rings out as Eopix turns and looks and sees Strom channeling the power of the storm to rain down lightning onto one of the smaller ships. Coming from around him wheels another smaller longboat skiff, looking much older. A dwarf, laughing somewhat maniacally, just at the sheer joy. Eopix gives a smile and shouts out, "Smithson, you think you could help me get a boarding party?" But you all are still completely unawares of this, trying desperately to put an end to the Dread Lord. We just finished up with Moran. You hasted both Gaz and Zonimus. So the two of you are now under the effects of the haste spell. Moran, please remember that you are concentrating on that in case you take damage. But at the end of your turn, Cimarron is going to let forth another heat wave. So I need everyone, if you have metal on you, you will take fire damage. If you do not, I still need that Constitution saving throw to see if you gain another level of exhaustion.
I am now immune to fire.
Yes, if you are either immune or resistant to fire, you do not have to make the con save.
How far away am I from Zonimus now?
You're within 10 feet of him.
Okay, and yours is a +3?
Yep.
I got a 21 exactly.
You save.
You saved me, Zonnie.
Natural 20.
19. 11 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3.
Okay, so 19 total?
Yeah.
Okay, that's still not good enough. You need a 21 or better.
So you got
Two
levels.
levels.
Of exhaustion. Jeez.
Yeah, that's bad now.
That's bad.
It's fine.
It's fine.
just as kind of a reminder for exhaustion. So if you have 1 level of exhaustion, you have disadvantage on ability checks. At a 2nd level of exhaustion, your speed is halved.
But your speed is also doubled right now, Zonomus, because of haste, so your speed is normal.
Correct. If I choose to use it that way. So
Right.
Yeah.
So that was Cimarron's legendary action at the end of Mockrin's turn. Zonomus, you're up.
So haste is I get the action and I get the double movement. I'm going to do a manipulate action to grab the feather in my hand. And I'm going to walk right up to Wiley. And I'm going to ask, Smokes, is this what you planned for? Is this what you wanted? It used to be you and me against the world. And now it's not even just you. You're not even here. And I'm going to use my action of the turn to activate my robe and step into the astral plane.
Before you poof off into the astral, give me a persuasion check at advantage.
18
Altogether?
altogether.
So, as you're stepping over into the astral, it is the briefest of moments, the briefest of flickers on Cimarron, Wiley. But his eyes turn to you, and this whole time they've just been burning with this inner hatred. But there's a flicker behind there.
When I step sideways and I'm still looking the same direction.
You see in the astral, his magical signature is blazing bright. Again, this is Emperor Cimarron. He is like a wildfire in terms of magic. But you see that this inferno, this wildfire, is wrapped around an inner core. So it's like the two are overlaid. The inner core is a slightly different color. It looks more like ash rather than the bright, blazing wildfire that is Cimarron. That's what you see, as well as, the other various magical signatures of your companions around you. Gaz, you are up.
Gaz attacks with his claws. First off, a 29 to hit.
Will hit.
For 10 points of damage, slashing, I need a wisdom saving throw.
You know what? That's a fail, but I'm going to take it.
All right. That's going to be 13 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Second attack. 25 to hit.
Will hit.
For 7 points of slashing damage, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
20, modified.
Okay. Third attack. There's a kraken. Nat 20.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
3 dice because of my...
Because of the orcish critical.
Yeah. 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And a wisdom saving throw.
It would be an 18.
That succeeds. Okay.
Okay. And at the start of your turn, you would have taken 12 points of fire.
Reduced to 6.
And how many melee attacks was that?
That was 3 melee attacks so far.
So each time you hit him with a melee attack, his fiery aura flares, and you're going to take some additional fire damage.
Okay.
So that was 3.
There will be 7 total.
7 total? Okay.
Wow. 25 for 6 points of damage. 28.
Yes.
8 points of damage. 25 for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
23
Okay.
for 10 points of damage.
Okay. Is that everything?
You know what? Because I have totally forgot to add my rage damage. Plus 21. And that is it.
Okay. So I'm rolling 35 d6s.
Jeez.
Because it's 5d6 worth of fire damage for each melee attack that you hit with. Are you ready for this number, Gaz?
Yep.
120 points of fire damage.
Reduced to half.
Reduced by half, so 60
Okay.
points.
Okay. Oof. Thank you.
And you are still on fire.
Yes.
He is out of legendary actions, but it is his turn. On his turn, seeing and realizing what you all are doing, you've got the fire key, you grab the air key, he snaps his fingers, and a wall of fire encircles the altar. 20-foot diameter, 20 foot high, 1 foot thick.
Which side was the fire damage?
The fire would be out towards you guys. So currently Poppy is the only one who is actually close enough to the wall of flame. If you end your turn within 10 feet of the wall, you will take fire damage.
Okay.
But it's not until the end
of my turn.
So
Yep.
you have the opportunity to move away from the heat. But yeah, you can feel the searing heat coming off of this wall of flames that has now encircled the altar area to try and keep you guys from getting at those last 2 keys.
Right.
So that will be it for his turn. Now, we will go to the fire elementals. So the fire elemental that you just geysered, Poppy, it's going to start making its way downtown. And being made of fire, it can move safely through the wall of fire. So it moves and it's going to make 2 touch attacks against you.
Ow!
A 23 on the first hit.
Oh, yeah.
And just a 12 on the second.
Woohoo!
So you're going to take 2d6 worth of fire, 10 points of fire damage, and you ignite. So at the start of your turn, you will take a d10 of fire unless you
Use an action.
to douse yourself. That's fire elemental the first. Fire elemental the second is going to go after Moran with 2 touch attacks. Be a 14.
That's a miss.
So both of them miss. Woo. That will be it for my creatures. At the end of my fire elemental's turn, Cimarron regained his legendary actions. And quite honestly, Gaz, he looks to you. And he's going to use combustion again. So give me a Constitution saving throw.
28.
You save, so you will only take half. It would have been 68 points total.
34,
So-
reduced to 17.
34 reduced down to 17. And that will be it for Cimarron, and that uses up all of his legendary actions. Konnor.
I am going to back away. Do I have 10 feet before I hit the wall of fire?
So backing away from him, you will get an opportunity
Yeah.
attack. You have basically 5-10 before you hit the wall.
Okay, so I'm backing up 10 feet. I'll take that opportunity attack.
So he will swing with the glaive. Natural 20. That's 13 slashing.
My action, chain lightning, streaks directly towards Cimarron.
How long of a line?
So it hits him, and 3 bolts leap from that target to as many as 3 other targets, each of which must be within 30 feet of the first target. And so I can hit Cimarron, and I think the one by Moran, dexterity saving throws.
Okay. So first for Cimarron. 28 for Cimarron.
Okay.
And then the elemental gets 18.
So both of them pass, but they will still take half damage.
Okay.
And just so you're aware, it is 10d8.
Okay.
So a total of 53 lightning damage divided by 2 for 26.
26? Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And then I need to do a concentration check for Cimarron. So he needs to get a 12 or better on this con check. 19 on the die plus 12 straight up. So he maintains concentration.
Okay.
Okay. Is that all for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, he's still within 10 feet of me. Bonus action, Draconic Cry. Get advantage on Cimarron until the start of my next turn.
All right. That will bring us to Poppy.
Okay. Oh, yes, my
Take 6 points of fire.
fire damage.
Just right off the bat.
First things first, I'm a realist, but I'm going to, and we're going to upcast for my boy here. We're going to do 4th level healing word. I can only give you 17 for right now. 2 gas.
Okay.
I have my water bottle in my hand because last turn I just geysered Zongamith.
You do?
I would like to turn the water bottle on myself. And then I would like to voluntarily fail the strength saving throw.
Okay.
So that it pushes me through the ring of fire.
Brilliant.
Soaking wet. Because it would push me 15 feet back. I will take the bludgeoning damage that I get from the water hitting me full force in the stomach and probably throw up a little bit in my mouth.
Here's what I'm gonna rule. So yes, you douse the flames upon yourself. You push yourself through the ring of fire towards the water keep. And what I will say, you automatically failed the dex save to go through the wall. However, because you are using the geyser and you've got 30 gallons worth of water, I am going to half the damage that I roll. So it's 5d8 worth of damage. So you would have taken 20 points of fire damage, but you're only going to take 10 because of your precaution of dousing yourself in 30 gallons worth of water.
Yes.
Moran, you're up.
This is really
Actually, hold on. You need
Because
6 points of fire.
6 points of fire. Then Moran's going to dimension door inside the ring of fire. And then grab the iron bell.
So is Dimension Door an action or a bonus action?
It's an action. It's a spell. It's an action.
Okay. So you can get there and you can lay a hand on it.
Right.
But in order to take it and attune to it, you will have to use an action.
Yep.
Okay.
So that is my turn.
With the fighting in the courtyard becoming ferocious, the heat of the flames searing against your skin, you have 2 of the 4 keys in your possession. The other 2 are about to be in your hands. But we'll have to see how this goes next time.
Red Dirt D&D, Tales from the Caliban Frontier is Ash King as our Dungeon Master, Brooke Bullock as Moran Stone Shaper, Johnny Payne as Zonimus Dinar, Kiri Hester as Poppy Tealeaf, Konnor Shenold as Konnor the Kobold, and I'm Michael Cross as Gaz. Special thanks to our Silver Star Paladin patron, Shenanigans Unplugged. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music, courtesy of TabletopAudio.com, Sirenscape, and Monument Studios. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at RedDirtDND.com. We here at Red Dirt D&D could really use your help in getting the word about us. If you like what you've heard, make sure and subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/RedDirtDND. We have several giving levels to help us grow up big and strong. Join us next time as we go deeper into the Caliban Frontier.
Do it, Johnny.
Do you need to spend a fate chip, Johnny?
I'm really kind of thinking about just eating it and seeing how it goes, but I don't
Remember
have the
that
HP
the
for
fate
that.
chips don't roll.
Yeah.
Use them or lose them.
You don't get to save them for 1.5.
The fate chips don't roll, use them or lose them.
Use them or lose them.
Okay, Kiri.
And you feel that if you took an action and concentrated, you could instantly transport yourself to the plane of fire.
Okay.
Your favorite vacation destination.
Yeah, obviously, right
Come
where
to
the Empire.
the plane of fire. It's hot, 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 but you'll be cool, cool, cool.
It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
Don't.
can't
This is
ignite
a
if you don't
family
have
show.
Connor just wears a toga anyway.
Yeah.
Gaz was like, hey, I know that water bottle.
Over here!
Do me next!
If I turn, I can get you and...
The image that you are now just a firefighter with a hose.
Poppy came prepared.
Smithson, you think you could help me get a boarding party?
If anything happens
Can
to
we
that
just
dwarf,
say that?
I'm
Like, that's
revolting.
absolutely fantastic. All of us are just like body motioning in silence. There's our excitement at seeing Smithen come roaring in.
I will flip this table if anything happens to that dwarf.
He's in there. He's at the helm. He's got the twisted thing. I can just see.
Kikiak trying to talk him out of it.
I really want Smithson to have a ponytail now, and he's just like, ha!
Kikiak says, "You're beat. This is dumb. This is not smart."
Let's say Fortunate Son kicks on.
Okay.
That's awesome.
At a second level of exhaustion, your speed is halved. FYI, level 3 is where it starts to get real fun.
Right. Yeah.
And level 6 is great.
Level 6 is death.
You don't want to get to level 6.
Listeners.
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Advantage means he's still in love with you a little bit. I'm just saying. I can fix him.
They're still good at him. I have more to say, but I've really milked this turn, so I'll intern and...
Yeah, for 10 minutes.
Shut up, Michael. Takes you 10 minutes to swing because you got 700 swings.
I'll bet you this next attack will take 2 minutes.
Come on, haste.
So I'm rolling 35 d6s because it's 5d6 worth of fire damage for each melee attack that you hit with. This is why I'm also rolling this on D&D Beyond because I don't think I have physically that many d6s.
Oh.
And it would take...
You don't? I got plenty.
Yeah. It would take years
Don't encourage
to count
them.
it up. Through
So if I soak
wall.
myself in water, but then go through a ring of fire, does it dry my clothes?
Dry clean only.
Yeah.
So did you make it through the ring?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
That's spaced out.
I'm in. That was my hacker fingers.
Okay. 8.
Everybody throw their items over the wall and she can attune to all of them.
So you get pushed into the ring of fire.
I fell into a burning
I knew it was
fire.
coming. I knew it was coming.
This dwarf is on fire.
You're waiting for that.
Burn, baby, burn. I'm just trying to think of fire.
All the
theme
fire
songs.
related.
If this were an anime, when we all grab our little pieces, then it would be a flash and it would be super cool animation, Sailor Moon style, and it would be really cool.
The tree was split 5 ways. Ching, ching, ching. It'd be you in one box, and you in one box, and you in one
That's
box,
what
and
I'm
you in one
saying.
box, and you, but technically invisible in one box. And I formed the head. Form, blazing sword.